The John A. Logan women's basketball. Hello, I am Matt Varney. Tim Ritchie is alongside. It is sophomore day here at Don Brewer Gymnasium for the Lady Vols as they get ready for their final home game of the season. They're taking on a very good Southwestern Illinois Blue Storm women's basketball team today in the final home game of the year, as well as the final, the potentially final regular season game of the year. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but Lady Vols are gearing up for the region tournament and hoping to extend what is now a 2-game win streak for the Lady Vols, Tim. And, you like seeing that. It's the first time since November that they've been on a win streak, and you'd like to see them extend it to 3 games as they get ready for the end of this season here.
That's right. They beat Lincoln Trail 75-69. Wren Lake recently, they won 74-62. The last time these two teams met, they lost to SWIC 72-62 at SWIC. But a big game, and always big game, but it's nice to have a couple wins. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and we were talking to board operator Rick Hayes back in the studio in Carterville in WXLT, 1035ESPN.com is what you're probably listening to us on. And he was saying, 10 points, that's probably a home court advantage. So, that's a good point right there. You're on your home court, you're where you're comfortable. The Blue Storm have a few more players than the Lady Vols, but as you'll hear me mention to Coach Amanda Shelby here in the pregame interview in just a few minutes, at this point of the season, you're probably working with only 8 or 9 anyways, and so the Lady Vols have basically everybody they would be playing at this point as they gear up for the end of the season. And so it's basically, when you look at it, in my opinion, kind of down the middle. It's kind of a split. It's a wash, if you will. And so it does come down to something like home court advantage here, especially when you look at the statistics for the Blue Storm. They're not fantastic at the stripe. They're not great beyond the arc. And so it comes down to who feels most comfortable in this game. Yeah, it is. And they're 9-4 in the conference, 21-7. Yeah. Overall, we talked about their stats, except for 70 points a game. It's good, but 41% from 2, 24 from three-point land, free throws 58%, rebounds 39, but 14.6 assists was pretty good for not shooting well, but they surely played a good defense, and they get some breaks. They got more steals, 14-8? Yeah. They average better than the other team they play. So, hey, defense is the key. We know that from the men's team. That, that they get their fast break going off a steal and a great defense. Yeah, it's the best defensive team I've seen over here. Yeah,
like you mentioned, steals per game, they're averaging about 6 steals more than their opponents. It's 14.2 to their opponents' 8.5. And the other thing that sticks out to me is the assists. They're getting a 14.6 to their opponent's 9.8, so they're passing the ball a little bit better, probably taking away passing lanes, which leads to those steals. And so overall, the SWIC team, I think, leans a lot on their defense, which is fine. But, when you run into a team like Logan, who has nothing to lose, first of all, and second of all, does like to shoot the 3, and when they get hot, look out. And so, if Logan can have one of those hot days, all of a sudden, this SWIC team might be panicking a little bit. Maybe Logan can pull off the upset win here today on sophomore day.
Yeah, because it's they're at home, and I mentioned Coach Smith-Peters. He always said that, on the road you get 10, you need 10 points, so 10 points, got to be 10 points better. So we have that, but Logan, hopefully they'll play well. They got potentially playing, Friday night maybe.
Potentially for playing.
I don't want to say what time or when or where. Yeah. But potentially that. But it'd be nice to get a win, and I don't know if SWIC, if they lose this game, might put them in a different bracket too. So
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, exactly. They're in the upper echelon of the conference, but you know what? You put them maybe somewhere in the middle instead of in the top 3 or so. I can't say exactly where they are, but I think they're 3 or 4. If you push them down a little bit, that makes it a little bit more difficult for them up at Lakeland in the conference tournament. Absolutely. So try to play spoiler.
Yeah, the tournament is at Lakeland, right?
Yes,
next
yes
week.
It is. Yeah. Yes, it is. But, biggest thing for me, I think, is just keep the win streak going here at the end of the year. You're on a 2-game win streak. First time, like I said, since November. So if you could get 3 games in a row, now you're really feeling it headed into the end of the season and into a conference tournament. You might play Three Rivers. From what I understand, that game's kind of in flux on Tuesday. But whether you do or don't, just try to keep the juices flowing, and then when it comes conference tournament time in a week or so, you're ready to go. You know what success feels like. That's what you're on. You're on the high, and you just keep on riding it.
And Logan, they're probably healthiest they've been in a while.
Yeah.
Down to 6 players. That's what Rend Lake had. That's tough to, Rend Lake played real well up there, and they had a lot more players than 6.
Yes.
But Logan's been down to 6 or 7 players. So 8 players is nice because, a good chance everybody's going to play, and who's playing well might play more, than the 8th person coming off the bench. So last game, Kendra Johnson came off the bench and hit some threes.
Yeah, she's a key piece for this team without a doubt. She'll be one of the featured players here on Sophomore Day. We're getting ready for the start of Sophomore Day here at Don Burke Gymnasium in Carterville. Matt Varney, Tim Ritchie on the call this afternoon. Number 2 Logan will face SWIC after this game. We already got a pretty decent crowd here for the women's game. Hopefully you can make it on out if you are in the area and want to see some women's basketball. We'll step away for 90 seconds. When we come back, we'll hear from the coach of the Lady Vols, Amanda Shelby, right here on 1035ESPN.com.
My name is Lee Eklund. I'm the Center Director for Malone's Early Learning Center. You got to have that love and passion, and being able to come here and see how rewarding it is to have a child learn how to tie their shoes or have a child learn how to stack blocks. It's so rewarding.
When I was at John A. Logan, it really gave me the mentality of we're coming in to teach the children, not to watch the children. And so it taught me the importance of engaging with them, becoming one with the classroom, and really having that involvement there.
Hey, welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
Talking to Coach Amanda Shelby here on the pregame before a game against SWIC. Well, now you've got 2 wins in a row, Coach, and so I have to imagine that you guys are feeling good and confident, and maybe through the rough patch. I'm not too sure, but either way, 2 wins in a row is something to build on.
Very true. And going into our last home game, last regular season game, technically. Hopefully the sophomores will really, we got 6 of them that we want to, showcase a little bit more, and hopefully they'll get out there and play hard, and we'll get another win.
Rend Lake, a good win for you guys, and, obviously one that you could win with them having multiple injuries, but also, looking at the box score, Kendra, once again, impresses off the bench, and she's kind of streaky a little bit, but when she gets hot, she is such an asset to this team.
For sure. She's our best three-point shooter out there. Like you said, when she gets hot, it's hard to stop her. So hopefully she'll continue with that as well. SWIC does come in with, 7-game winning streak, I think. So there is going to be a tough game. But, when we have multiple kids, like 4+ in double figures, we usually come out on the winning end.
Well, and clearly that 10-day day off, clearly helped. You can tell that Cheyenne's back to how she was playing before the concussion and everything. You only have 8 players, but at this point you probably only want to be playing 8 anyways. So, they're all playing their role, and, having that time off clearly got you guys back to where you want to be at. And so I have to imagine that everyone just feels a renewed sense of energy here at the end of the season.
I totally agree. Those 10 days are, during really when you think about it, it's not really good, but it really helped us, I think. Mm-hmm. And, a couple of days just to get away, clear our minds, and then, do a little extra, individual work definitely has helped. Just alleviate some of the stress and some of the, nagging injuries. And we've bounced back and been really productive.
You want to keep the confidence going with this team going into the region tournament, which is about a week away now for you guys. And so the big thing is, I would think, just continue the winning streak if you can, and then build off of all the good things against a very good SWIC team.
Yeah, I mean, confidence means a lot, especially going into the tournament. If we can, get another win today, that definitely be 3 games in a row. That will feel really good. And then we just go into the tournament and just let it all hang out and see what happens. I mean, Wabash definitely is probably the best team, but from 2 to 8, it's anybody's game, honestly.
And then 0 for SWIC once again. Just past 2 years, she's been very good and clearly still very good. And so just she'll be a handful, but if you can slow her down, bottle her up a little bit, it'll make games a lot easier. And I mean, for the most part, it seems like your team likes to shoot the 3, and so if it were to get hot, this would be the game to do it, because SWIC does not hit the 3 very well, and so you could very easily start taking advantage of that as long as you hit the 3 in this game.
Yeah, we like to shoot them, but going in sometimes is not a good thing. But yeah, if we can get hot, that would be great. 0 is a great player for him. She's not flashy or anything, but she just works hard. She does all the little things, and the whole team is a really good team. They get after it. They'll play defense. They just do the hard work, and the hard work pays off for them, and they're doing a great job this year.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome back to John A. Logan Women's Basketball. Matt Varney and Tim Ritchie on the call as the Lady Vols getting ready to take on the Lady Blue Storm of Southwestern Illinois College. Lady Vols coming to this game with an 8-16 record, 4-9 in the GRAC. SWIC is 21-7. They are 9-4 in the GRAC. It is sophomore day here at Don Brewer Gymnasium in Carterville. And the Lady Vols, plenty of them have flowers we see off to the side, and that would be because there's well, let me pull up Logan's roster here real quick. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sophomores on this 8-woman squad, and so over half of them are moving on after this year, Tim, from this program, and will have their own, be it go to a different program or go to a different journey, what it be. But so plenty of them being honored in the program's own way, basically.
Yeah, and the thing was had the COVID year. I think we're past that, so these sophomores can't get another year. So
unfortunately, I do not believe so.
I mean, if they redshirted, then they probably would have got the third one, but they couldn't play any games, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I don't think that nearly. At this point, no, I don't think any of them do get that because they came after the fact. And so the Lady Vols will be no longer with 5 of them, which 4 of them will be in the starting lineup today. Madison Calvin, Shamira Brown, Olivia Hartman, and Tylee Wolford-Burt. No, Tylee's a freshman, excuse me, but she was here last spring, and so I always think of her as a sophomore. But India Robinson, and also Kendra Johnson are sophomores. They'll come off of the bench for the Lady Vols. We'll have the starting lineups here shortly for the Lady Vols. And also SWIC. They say 6, so maybe Kylie is considered a sophomore.
The college, the athletic department,
the Lady Vols setting up, ready to go. We've got Riley Johnson, Cheyenne Trotter, and Kennedy Hayes. In fact, Anaya Thomas as well, who's a freshman. She had an injury at the start of the season, wasn't able to play at all this year. She's got flowers. But here's Madison Calvin, who's been with the program the past 2 years. And she's the last of the 2, or rather 3, that were there last year in a core group of freshmen. Janiyah Thompson and Shea Brown also were there, but not able to. She's the last one remaining at this point. Shamira Brown, 5'6" sophomore. She missed the first couple games of the year, but she's been a big asset for the Lady Vols in the second semester. Kendra Johnson, a key bench player for the Lady Vols. Olivia Hartman, who started every game this season except for the first game. And then Coach Amanda Shelby said, I like what this player's giving me. Let's see more of her. Apparently, Wilfred Bird, like I said, she's been here since last winter. Wasn't able to play, but she's played all this year, and she's been a big piece coming off the bench and starting. And India Robinson, who started as a starter this year, but kind of shifted back into a bench role. But all 6 of them honored here before today's game, and congratulations to them. They all go ahead and see their parents who came on out to today's game and get some hugs. And
nice little crowd here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just seems to keep growing. And, of course, if you're a men's fan, maybe listening to the stream, come on out, because the men are going to be playing afterwards. Number 2 in the nation, playing a very good
Are they going to
team.
get flowers too?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah. It's a real good question. I'm not sure.
Or get something, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, they got called senior night and sophomore night.
Yeah, but they got Chinese food, nothing else.
Oh, all right. Can't beat that.
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff.
First off the bench for SWIC, and their starting lineup is Riley Jansen, a 5'11" freshman forward out of Breeze Central. She is from Bartoso, Illinois. Also, Cassandra Sams, a 5'10" sophomore forward. She went to Belleville West out of Belleville, Illinois. Out of Pana, Jillian Hamilton, a 5'11" freshman guard/forward. Bonnie Lou Ludlow, a 5'7" sophomore guard out of Indianapolis. She went to Covenant Christian. She's a pretty darn good player as well. She averages 14 points a game. And finally, Hallie Shelch, a 5'8" freshman guard from Indianapolis. She went to Park Tudor, Indianapolis, Indiana. That's SWIC's starting 5. They are led by Jonathan Denner. It's his first year as the head coach, although we did see him roaming the sidelines last year, but it is officially Jonathan Denny's first year as head coach, and he's done a pretty good job. 21-7, 9-4 in the conference. For the Lady Vols, this is how the 8-16 Vols look in the starting lineup. Cheyenne Trotter, the first one off the bench. She's a 6-foot freshman forward out of Springfield. She went to Lanphier High School. Next off the bench is Tylee Woodford-Bird, a 6-foot freshman forward. She is from Lenoir, North Carolina. She went to New Madrid High School. Maddie Kelvin, a 5'8" sophomore guard from Ballard County High School, Ballard, Kentucky. She averages 11.5 points a game. Shamira Brown from Forest City, Arkansas, went to Forest City High School. She is a 5'6" sophomore guard. And finally, Liv Hartman, a 5'7" sophomore guard from New Madrid, Missouri. She also went to New Madrid High School. There's your starting lineups here for the Lady Vols and the Lady Blue Storm of Southwestern Illinois College. It's the final conference game of the season for the Lady Vols. They are 4-9. Also the last for the Blue Storm. They are 9-4. So they're on the opposite sides of the standings, Tim.
Oh yeah, it's but it's a winnable game though.
Yeah.
So here at home, you got sophomore night. Let's go after it. Olivia Hartman, mentioned about her start. She's averaged almost 6 rebounds a game.
Yeah, she's
only
pretty
5'7".
Trotter and Hamilton fight for it, and Trotter wins
That's
it.
a short tip.
Yeah, it was.
They didn't throw up very high.
Brown gets it across the timeline, gets it out to Calvin right wing. Now over to Woodford-Bird, top of the key. She's looking to pass, calls for Hartman. And he's looking for Brown, but she's going to curl in now. And it's stolen away by Sams. Here comes Cassandra Sams. She stops in the backcourt, gives it on over to Schelt, and she'll bring it across the timeline. Schelt at the volleyball line trying to get things set up. Brown defending. Bounce on over to the right wing where it is Jansen with it. Now it's on over to the left wing to Schelt. Inside, send it up, no good. That was Jansen on the shot. Calvin racing into the paint, gets it over to Trotter, up and in. She'll go to the line as well.
It could have gone the line.
Well, could have, but yeah, no, they say instead.
Could have, should have.
Instead, they call a charge, and so it'll be an inbounds play. Excuse me.
They called a charge on that?
Yeah, they called a charge.
You gotta be kidding me.
I can't believe it either. Here's Ludlow under the cup, sends it up and in, and there's the first point.
I have to erase Calvin's assist.
Yeah, I had to erase Trotter's points.
Yeah.
Brown across the timeline.
We're at home, aren't we? I mean, the call.
Yeah, you would think.
Logan.
Brown underneath on over to Trotter, out to Calvin. She'll bring it on out top of the key with Hamilton top of the key. Gets it on over to Trotter. Almost stolen away, but Trotter gets it on out to Woodford Bird, top of the key, driving in with 5 on the shot clock. Down to Calvin, one bounce, got blocked. Ludlow takes it away. Bonnie Lou Ludlow takes it away, and she's bringing it up across the timeline. Ludlow, top of the key, brings it to the near side. It's into the hands of Schelt on the right wing. Haley Schelt, Calvin steals it away from Hamilton. She's got the fast break working. Jumper from her, that one bounces off, no good, and Hamilton has the rebound. Here now is Riley Jansen, steps into the paint. Spin move, sends up a jumper, it's good. Riley Jansen makes it a 4-0 game. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter here at John A. Logan College. SWIC is leading the Lady Vols.
Don't need to get a slow start here.
Shamira Brown over to Woodford Bird, top of the key, steps to the right. Inside to Trotter, sends it up. She got fouled. She'll go to the stripe and shoot 2.
Good pass by Bird.
Yeah, absolutely.
Almost got an assist.
Hamilton picks up her first foul of the game, first team foul for Logan, or for SWIC rather.
Yeah. Trotter needs to get started here on free throws here.
Trotter is a 37% shooter at the stripe, not very good this year. First one goes up, and it's an air ball.
That looked like it was going to be good.
Yeah.
It was too high.
Coach Amanda Shelby on the career. It's her 8th season leading the Lady Vols. She's 111, 105. She's looking for win number 112 here today. Second one is an air ball for Trotter. And so it remains 4-0 here. 7:48 to go in the first quarter. SWIC is leading against Logan. Jillian Hamilton will be inbounding on the baseline. Logan is pressing in the backcourt, or rather front court, into Ludlow. And Ludlow's being worked on by Brown. And here's going to be a reach, or maybe a push, in fact, by Brown.
Yeah, put the pressure on, but just don't touch him.
Yeah, you got.
Or you can barely touch him.
Right, yeah, you got to be careful on all that.
Because the referees don't want it out of control.
Yeah, exactly. Schelt will inbound in front of her bench, gets it into Ludlow. Lou Ludlow, we're going to bring it on up and runs into a triple team, gets across the timeline, falls to the ground. They're going to call a trip, I think. Coach Amanda Shelby can't believe it. She's right in front of us. And they're calling one on Liv Hartman.
Fell down.
Yeah. And Lady Vols thought that was going to be a turnover.
I mean, if, we're not going to just be saying, hey, that's a foul because we're rooting for Logan.
Right, yeah. No, it did look like she just tripped over herself. Yeah. Hamilton down low to Sams, working, and she's running to a double team, sends up a hook shot, no good. Woodford Bird gets the rebound. Outlet on over to Brown, racing down the court now, over to Calvin, driving the baseline, over to Trotter, sends it up. That one is good, and finally Logan is on the board.
There goes an assist by Calvin.
4-2, the lead for SWIC here at Logan. 7:10 to go in the first quarter. Schelt gets it over to Ludlow on the right wing. Sets up for the three, sends it. It bounces off the rim, no good, and Trotter has the rebound. Almost looked like it was going to be an air ball. Brown across the timeline. Sets up. Swings on over to Calvin for a left wing three. Off the rim, no good, and Sams gets the rebound.
Good shot, though. Good open three.
Ludlow brings it across half court and sets up at the top of the key. Goes to the right, flips on over to Schelt. Inside pass to Hamilton to Sams, sends it up and in.
I'd have some weak side help on that one.
6-2 lead for SWIC, 6:35 to go in the first quarter here at John A. Logan.
Low scoring start, isn't it?
Yeah, India Robinson checks in for Logan. Here is Brown at the volleyball line. Shamira looks over to Calvin on the right wing. Maddie's looking around, gets it to Trotter in the corner. Cheyenne swings it over to Hartman, top of the key. Thought about the three, decides to go inside. Jumper in the paint, rattles around and goes down.
Good move.
It's 6-4, 6:10 to go in the first quarter. Trotter steals it away. Now on over to Brown, up off the window, no good. Trotter gets the window, or rather the rebound sends it up and in. And it's tied up 6-6, 5:55 to go in the first quarter. Timeout called by Jonathan Denny of SWIC, and we'll take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 1035ESPN.com.
John A. is the only auto collision program in Southern Illinois. There's nobody else that offers it. We draw students from all over because there's just nobody else that offers the programs. The student-teacher relationship is one of the most important parts of this job.
You can't really go wrong here. Anything you want to learn, you can learn it here.
Whenever I started the program, I didn't feel too 110% about it. Like I wasn't sure how I was going to do, but that's what makes me confident. It's the teacher and the students that I'm surrounded by.
Go on a 4-0 run quickly. It's now 6-6 here with 5:55 to go in the first quarter. Matt Varney, Tim Ritchie on the call this afternoon.
The officials maybe saying immediate time.
They may have, they called for a 30. Yeah. They called for a 30, and then when we go to break, they might have said it was immediate timeout. I was already not looking, but Matt Varney, Tim Ritchie on the call this afternoon. A slow start to this game, Tim, but Logan's been able to keep in it, and I like the pressure they're showing.
It is. They've been the last couple games. They've been running that 2-2-1 full court pressure. And I think it makes a deuce of things. And, you got Trotter can get on the break. We got a lot of girls, a lot of women, young women can get on the break on that.
Well, Coach Amanda Shelby said on the pregame show that in the 10-day break between Vincennes and Lincoln Trail last Saturday, they worked on their conditioning. And, when you're going to run stuff like that, you got to be better conditioned than the other team because you're going to be running up and down the court a whole bunch.
Oh, yeah. You got to be in shape. They did look a little tired against Vincennes.
Into Ludlow, and she'll bring it on up. Gets it into Jansen on the lob, and she's across the timeline. Over to Ludlow at the volleyball line now. And Ludlow's going to step on over to Mia Weems, who's just joined into the game. Over to Jansen, top of the key. Now it's in the hands of Ludlow. Goes in. Free throw line jumper. Bounces off. No good. India Robinson had the rebound. Got poked up, but she still tracks it down. Plenty of reserves have come into the game. We'll call them as we see them. Shamira Brown lobs into Robinson at the circle. Over to Hartman. Deep two-shot. Bounces off, no good, and Weems gets the rebound.
Logan's taking good shots.
Yeah.
They're all going in.
Riley Jansen had the ball, got poked out by Riley Johnson of Logan, who just came into the game, and it'll stay with
Jansen
SWIC.
And Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
Calling Jansen out. I thought, man, that's Johnson.
Ludlow top of the key over to Weems on the left wing. She'll flip on over to Jansen, and Johnson runs into her.
Yeah, she fouled her.
Yeah, that'll be a reach, and that'll be her first foul. And that's the 14th foul for Logan.
22nd on the shot clock.
5:02 to go in the first quarter, and so one more foul, and SWIC will be going to the stripe.
This Logan women's team can press more with 8 players, too. With 6, you can't do it. Can't press.
Yeah. Simone Thomas will inbound on the far sideline. India Robinson's getting checked out real quickly. Not sure exactly what was going on there, but whatever happened has been removed from her face, and now they're good to go. Thomas on the far sideline gets it into Jansen, over to Ludlow on the right wing, and she's looking to pass. Gets it on over to Hamilton. Top of the key, 3 from her. That one goes off the back iron, no good. Poked out, and the Lady Vols are going to poke it out of bounds, and it'll stay with SWIC with 20 on the shot clock. 4:52 to go in the first quarter. It's 6-6 here at Logan. Mia Weems inbounds, gets it down low to Thomas, working against Kendra Johnson, and turning around, sending it up. Oh, there's a blocking foul on Kendra Johnson, and that'll bring to 5.
Might have been Robinson.
Yeah, they're going to say it's Robinson.
She reached in, I think.
Yeah, her first, but that's still going to be a shooting foul and send Thomas to the line. Abigail Williams comes in as Jillian Hamilton takes a seat for SWIC. Here's Thomas at the stripe, sends it up, and it goes off the back iron, no good. She'll get another shot, though.
From St. Louis, Missouri.
Yes, 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Here comes the second one from Thomas. up, and that one is good. Makes it 7-6, SWIC leading here at Don Brewer Gymnasium. Brown will bring it across the timeline for Logan. Looks to her right, working against Ludlow, stops on the right wing, driving now, trying to flip it up, gets it over to Kendra Johnson, luckily on over to Hartman, top of the key. And she's looking to her left, to her right, gets it to Robinson on the far side. India Robinson into Shamira Brown, floats it up, that one's no good. Hartman gets the rebound though, up and in it goes, and Logan's got their first lead of the game, 8-7.
Good position by Hartman.
Here is Jansen working against Johnson, bumping down on the baseline over to Thomas, driving into the paint now, sends it up. They're going to say there was a travel on her, and Logan gets the ball
Good
again.
job by Riley Johnson. She stood there, and that was a good call by official because Riley didn't foul.
Robinson into Brown. She'll bring it on up. 4:10 to go in the first quarter. Logan leading 8-7 here against SWIC. Brown at the volleyball line. Ludlow is defending down to Riley Johnson. Back over to Kendrick on the cut. Sends it up. That one's no good. Hartman gets the rebound, though. There's going to be a jump ball, I think, here. Yes, and it's going to be SWIC ball, I think. Yes, it will be.
Good job by Hartman getting in there.
Weems will inbound. Cassandra Sams checks back in for SWIC. Weems trying to bring it up. Logan still running that full court pressure. On over to Jansen, on over to Williams, out to Ludlow in the corner, over to Weems, top of the key three, and she nails it.
She can shoot it.
Weems with her first bucket of the game makes it 10-8. SWIC leading with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Schelt checking back in for the Blue Storm. Here is Brown, top of the key, over to Johnson, Kendra Johnson on the left wing, over to Robinson, top of the key. She steps to the left, gets inside, spins, gets it over to Riley Johnson, thinking about a three, almost got hit with a travel. Brown sends it up. There's a foul with 7 on the shot clock, and I think Shamira's going to the foul line. They're going to call Ludlow on the foul, and Shamira is going to this drive. Calvin's coming into the game, and Liv Hartman's going to take a seat. Sams and Shelter back into the game. 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Here's the first one up, and no good for Shamira. It's 10-8.
She's shooting 79% from the strike.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Here's the second one, and it's good, so it makes it 10-9 here at Logan. Lady Vols are trailing. Mia Weems brings it on up. Looks over to Schelt. Schelt back over to Weems across the timeline. Top of the key, Calvin defending, gets it over to Schelt at the volleyball line. 3:05 to go in the first quarter, 15 on the shot clock. Schelt on over to Williams, curling, gets it on over to Sams, gonna step inside and gets it back out to Schelt on the right wing. Back over to Weems, left wing three from her, and that one bounces off, no good. It's Calvin that tracks it down, gives it over to Kendra Johnson, she'll bring it up. 2:40 to go in the first quarter, Logan trails 10-9. Over to India Robinson on the baseline, and she's gonna drive the baseline against Sams, stops, gets it out to Calvin now. She's trying to step inside against Williams. Over to Robinson in the corner, driving in against Sams again. She gets tripped up, and this should be an inbound play coming up after she's tripped by Abigail Williams.
So there's 2 of them there.
Yeah.
Williams tripped her. Couldn't tell which one.
It's the third team foul for SWIC. Johnson will inbound. Kendra Johnson will inbound on the baseline. Gets it into India Robinson in the corner. And she's going to go on over to Shamira on the left wing. 15 on the shot clock. Kendra Johnson going in against Weems, and a blocking foul called on Weems. Her first foul of the game. 4th team foul. Grace Riley checking in for SWIC, and she's coming for Weems. 2:28 to go in the first quarter. It's 10-9. Logan trailing at home against SWIC. Brown on the baseline, looks around, gets it into Calvin, and once again a foul. And this might send Calvin to the line here.
That's 5th team foul in the quarter.
That's going to be Williams' second on the reach. Hamilton comes back in for SWIC. Hartman comes on in for Brown. Calvin's going to go to the stripe. Maddie is a 78.7% shooter at the stripe, sends the first one up and in, tying the game up 10-10. Madison looking to take the lead again, sends it up and in. She's got 2 points on the day. Logan leads 11-10, 2:27 to go in the first quarter. It is Jillian Hamilton. Oh, stolen away by Liv Hartman. Over to Calvin on the baseline, getting double teamed. Gets it out to Johnson in the corner. Back out to Calvin on the right wing. Sends it up uncorked and rattles around, no good. And taken away by Hamilton. Riley gets it on over to Schelt. And Liv Hartman defending on the press. Over to Riley, top of the key. Back over to Schelt from the parking lot. Off the back iron, no good. Hooked out by Calvin. Kendra Johnson has the rebound. Kendra brings it across the timeline to the right wing. And going to get it over to Calvin on the right wing. To Robinson, top of the key, driving in. Sends it up. That one's a little short, and it's rebounded by Hamilton. Had to fight Robinson for it, though. 1:44 to go, and I think they're saying Robinson just got hit with a reach. For second, Trotter's going to come on in for India, and that'll send Hamilton to the stripe. On the season, she shoots just 50% at the stripe. Jillian Hamilton looking for her first points of the game. She's a Pana native, sends the first one up, and it's good. 1:44 to go in the first quarter. It's tied up 11-11 here at Logan. Good crowd here today. Second one up and in for Hamilton. Makes it 12-11 at Logan. SWIC is leading. Kelvin will bring it on up across the timeline. Looks on over to her left, to her right. Gets a pick from Trotter. Runs into Sams. Over to Trotter, top of the key. She's going to flip on over to Hartman. 1:30 to go, 15 on the shot clock. She's going to get it on over to, no, keeps it herself, drives baseline on the back cut, but gets stopped. Over to Calvin, bounce down low to Trotter, out to Kendra Johnson, but ends up into the hands of Jonathan Denny. And
yeah, it went through Kendra's hands.
Yeah, and so it's a turnover.
I think she wanted to make a move before she got the ball.
Yeah. And here's Hallie Schelt across the timeline now. Top of the key, gets it on over to Hamilton, to now Schelt again on the right wing. Gets it over to Riley, top of the key. Riley goes to the right, gets it on over to Hamilton, curling around, sets up for the jumper. That one bounces off, no good, and Trotter has the rebound. Cheyenne brings it across the timeline, on over to Johnson, right wing three in transition, it's good! Kendra enters the scorebook with a three-pointer, and Logan has the lead 14-12. Simone Thomas on over to Schelt, 40 seconds. Oh, Calvin poking it out, chasing it down, gets it, oh, almost had it to Liv Thomas, but instead goes past her to Simone Thomas, and whistles. What's the deal now? I think they want to reset the clock. 31.5 on the clock currently. And let's see, Bonnie Lee Ludlow's going to come on in for SWIC for Hamilton. 28 seconds. Here is Ludlow across the timeline at the volleyball line. Check 1-2.
Hi guys, TJ Cowan from Cold Blooded. Coming to you, wanted to introduce the Cold Blooded Single Barrel Smokehouse. Here at Johnny Logan College, you guys are used to our coffee, now come check out our food. Not your average college, not your average food.
Welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
to John A. Logan women's basketball. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Matt Varney and Tim Ritchie on the call. You missed about the last 30 seconds. There was a bit of a kerfuffle, but things ended up working out okay.
Yeah,
Logan
Hartman had a nice steal. And we scored a bucket, but it was right after the clock already went off.
Yeah. Logan leads it now 16-12 as the second quarter begins. Shamira Brown, top of the key, driving in, gets it over to Tylee Wolford-Bird, flips it up with the right hand. It's good. She's into the scorebook.
Nice assist by Brown.
Yeah. Logan's led by Liv Hartman with points. She's got 6 here as Logan leads it 18-12 now. Lucia Fernandez gets it on over to Abigail Williams. Oh, stolen away by Trotter. And now here comes Brown across the timeline, driving into the paint, gets it over to Hartman, driving baseline, got Ludlow to bite, and that's a big one right there as she makes a nice layup. Logan leads it by 8, 20-12. Here now is Cassandra Sams, and a run out to Ludlow, driving, sends it up. She got bumped by Wolford Bird, which should be her foul. And Ludlow will go to the stripe.
Boy, nice streak there by Logan women, 20-12 lead.
Wolford Bird picks up her first foul.
Did we get 2 here? Oh, that's right. We did get 4 points.
Yeah.
16-12 score. I thought they didn't give us 2 points there.
I see. Ludlow, just 2 points so far today. Sends the first one up and bounces around, goes down. On the season, she averages 68% at the stripe, and believe it or not, that's the best free throw shooter on the team.
And she hits about 14 points a game, their best player.
Second one goes up and is good. She's got 4 points in the day, 2 for 2 at the stripe today. It's 20-14. Logan leads it here at Don Brewer Gymnasium. Shamira Brown gets it over to Wolford Bird, top of the key. 9:05 to go in the second quarter. Steps to the left after a pick from Trotter. Sends up the 3. She lost her man. Oh, it was a little short and rebounded by Hallie Schelt. On over to Ludlow on the run out. Driving, sends up the right hand. It's good. She's got 6 now. Here now comes Brown across the timeline. And looks to her left. Gets a semi-pick from Wolford Bird. And now Logan's calling for play number 4. On over to Calvin, top of the key, to Wolford Bird in the corner. It's Fernandez defending in the corner. Gets it over to Trotter on the left wing. Sam's defending her. Bouncing. Gonna work her way top of the key over to the right wing. 5 on the clock. Gets it over to Calvin in the corner for the 3. It's short. And Ludlow pokes it out. And it's now being run out by Abigail Williams. And now she's got a clear path. Sends it up. That one no good though. Liv Hartman gets the rebound. Good defense there by Wolford Bird. Hartman brings it down. Got to work against Sams. Out to Brown. Right wing 3. And rattles around. No good. Fernandez gets the rebound. Here now is Williams over to Ludlow. Gets it on over to Sams. Sends it up with the right hand. It's good. Sams has 4 on the day. It's 20-18. Logan was leading 20-12. And now it's a 6-0 run for SWIC. Hartman on the left wing. Driving in, she found an alleyway, and Schelt shut her down. On the baseline, pivoting around, sends it up, forced it, no good. It's rebounded by Williams. Williams on over to Sams on the run out, sends it up to tie it, and it's good.
No excuse there. You got to have one player back. You can't give him a layup.
7:27 to go in the first half. Logan has given up 8 straight points, and a timeout called. It's 20-20. We're back in 30 seconds on 103.5 ESPN.com.
Our students are employed immediately. Sometimes they are employed before they get their associate's degree.
I have a position working in early childhood. Dr. Marilyn Tolliver, my professor, was able to really prepare me to be able to teach in a classroom as a lead teacher.
To see them interact and engage in what I'm teaching them is life-changing.
Welcome back to John A. Logan Women's Basketball. Matt Varney and Tim Ritchie on the call this afternoon. It's sophomore day, and with 7.5 to go till halftime, Logan has tied up with SWIC 20-20, but the Lady Blue Storm are on an 8-0 run, so momentum's all with the Blue Storm, Tim.
It is, and Logan, they're doing a great job on the press. Had a bunch of steals.
Yeah.
We'll go over that halftime, but took a couple quick shots here. They get a steal. It's okay. Go for the not set up the offense and work it around. So I don't think we can run with this team. But the defense has been really great on that press.
Yeah, I agree. I would say Logan's been the better defensive team overall here today. But currently the score says it's tied up. But Logan's definitely shown some great defense here in the early going of this game. About 13 minutes into things. Logan will be inbounding. Kendra Johnson over to Brown, and now SWIC's also showing press, about three-quarter press. Liv Hartman will bring it up. She's got to beat Abigail Williams and Shout. Gets it into Johnson, over to Brown on the right wing, over to Riley Johnson in the corner, sends up a deep two. It's good. Riley Johnson gives Logan the lead back 22-20. And now over to Shout. Lob on over to Ludlow on the left wing. And she's going to race on in, gets it on out to Williams on the right wing. 7 minutes to go till halftime. Ludlow at the volleyball line with 15 on the shot clock. Steps to her right, flips on over to Williams, over to Sams on the left wing. She's waiting for somebody. No, she's going to bring it to herself, the right wing. And now bounce on over to Ludlow. 5 on the shot clock, steps in, and it was blocked, and Riley Johnson took it away. Baseball on over to Hartman now on the right wing. Driving in against Schelt. Floater in the paint, it's good. When Hartman turns it on, Tim, she's one of the best players on the court. She's got 10 already. Here now is Abigail Williams over to Ludlow on the volleyball line. 6:25 to go at the volleyball line. Now it's to Schelt, over to Williams. Down low to Fernandez, but Riley Johnson picks it off, and it's another turnover. Logan has it across the timeline. It's Brown with it. Over to Woodford Bird, 6:05 to go till halftime. Coming up at halftime, Mike Bush, the lady women's basketball, or rather women's golf coach, will join us on the halftime interview. Baseline J from Liv Hartman is good right there. She's up to 12. Here is Williams bringing it on up. And across the timeline, over to Fernandez. And now into the hands of Sams on the left wing. Down low to Fernandez. Turnaround jumper from her is no good, and Kendra Johnson stakes it away. Kendra Johnson across the timeline. Working against Ludlow. Ludlow takes it away. And now she's racing past everyone. Sends it up and in. She's up to 8. It's 26-22. Logan leads here at Don Brewer Gymnasium. 5:20 to go in the first half. Here now is Hartman at the volleyball line. Passes over to Woodford Bird on the left wing. 15 on the shot clock. Over to Brown, almost taken away by Ludlow. But now Brown has a clear pass, sends it up, and it's airballed and taken away by Schelt. Over to Ludlow across the timeline, driving into the paint, behind the back. Gets it on over to her teammate Williams for the corner three. It's good. 26-25, the lead for Logan now. Hartman on the left wing, over to Brown, top of the key. And Coach Matt Crane, the assistant coach for the Lady Vols, was yelling, swing it, swing it. Into Riley Johnson, driving in against Sams, jumps up and good off the window.
Good pass by Hartman.
Yeah, great pass right there. 4 points for Riley Johnson here today. Abigail Williams over to Fernandez on the left wing. She's going to drive in, floats it up, and it's good. Her first points of the game. 4:20 to go in the half.
I think a couple of people need a break, especially Bird.
Yeah. 28-27 is the lead for Logan, and a double triple called on Shamira Brown.
Unforced error there.
Yeah, Calvin and Trotter come on in for Brown and Woodford Bird. Schelt takes a seat. Looks like Fernandez does too, as Riley Jansen comes in, and so does Jillian Hamilton.
Johnny Logan women playing well here.
28-27. Ludlow gets the inbound. She'll bring it across the timeline with Hartman defending. Top of the key, gets it on over to her teammate. Now it's in the hands of Jansen at the volleyball line. Over to Ludlow on the right wing. She gets a pick, driving in now. Stops at the free throw line. Back down to Jansen, working against Calvin. Back out to Ludlow, top of the key. 3 for the lead. Bounces around, no good, but it's rebounded by Jansen, up and in. Her 4th point of the game.
She had position.
Johnson, Kendra on the baseline. Gets it on out to Calvin on the left wing. Going inside, found the alleyway. Right hand is good for Maddie Calvin.
Good job. Take it to the cup. Take it to the hole. You get fouled and make the shot.
4 points for Maddie today. It's 30-29. Logan leads against SWIC on their home court. Hamilton almost lost the ball. Jansen picks it on up. Inside to Rhiannon Smith, and she's now, let's see, there's a whistle as she was working against two Lady Vols, and they're going to call a foul on Liv Hartman.
Looked like she had the arm in it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Player.
Been a pretty clean quarter, just two fouls both on Logan here.
They're going to foul hard. Huh?
Yeah. Ludlow will inbound on the baseline, 3:19 to go till halftime. Mike Bush, the Lady Vols golf coach, will join us at halftime. He did an interview with Mike Murphy on Tuesday on Talking Balls. Here's a foul. Calvin picks up her second, and it will send Jansen to the line. Jansen bounces the ball at the stripe, rolls it in her hand, sends the first one up, and it's good. She's got 5 on the day. On the season, she shoots 62.3% at the stripe. Shemira Brown checking back in for the lead for SWIC, sends it up, and rattles off, no good. Rebound, Riley Johnson, but they're going to call, in fact, a push, and so Logan will be inbounding. Brown's going to come on in for Calvin.
Those kind of fouls, you don't, I mean, like SWIC coach Jonathan didn't want to see it fucking like going over the back on the free throw.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't have a chance of getting the ball.
Right. Here comes Brown, top of the key, flips on over to Kendra Johnson, on over to the top of the key. Now it's Liv Hartman, left wing, steps in, over to Brown, curling around, out to Riley Johnson, top of the key, driving in, floats it up in the paint, rolls off, no good. It was a little off, and it was Hamilton with the rebound for SWIC. Tie game 30-30 here at John Brewer Gymnasium in Carterville. Here is now pass inside, stolen away by Riley Johnson. She's going to bring it up across the timeline, and now driving baseline over to Cheyenne Trotter, out to Brown, poked out by Ludlow. It'll stay with Logan. 22 on the shot clock.
I got a break there.
Oh yeah, big time. Big time.
From our angle.
Yeah.
They even out.
Wolford Bird comes back in for Riley Johnson. Liv Hartman will inbound in front of SWIC's bench, and she gets it into Brown at the volleyball line. Ludlow defending. Back over to Hartman on the right wing. Trying to jab step. Looking around, driving in, and now out to Brown, uncorked for the corner three. It's a little short, and it was Hamilton with the rebound. Weems is checking back in for SWIC. Here's Ludlow trying to get across half court, finally does. And Ludlow gets past Brown, drives in, gets it on over to Hamilton, sends up an open shot. That one's good from about 10 feet.
Hey, we were closer than any defensive player was to Logan on that.
Yeah, you're right. SWIC has the lead again, 32-30 here as we near halftime. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Here is Hartman at the volleyball line with Hamilton defending. 15 on the shot clock as Liv looks around, drives to the left after getting an ISO down low to Tylee Wolford Bird. Wait, send it up, off the window, it's good. Wolford Bird with 4 points on the day. Tied it up 32-32. Cheyenne Trotter comes in to steal it away. Down low, lost it, but there's a whistle. Let's see what it's going to be. It might be a blocking foul.
A walk, I think.
I think you're right, yeah. Yep.
Cheyenne had the steal, then she walked.
Yep, you're completely right. Mia Weems will inbound.
I just saw the official say walks. You were blocked out.
Hallie Schelt will bring it on up. Logan not pressuring right now across the timeline. On over to Rhiannon Smith on the left wing. And she's going to get it over to Simone Thomas. Now it's Schelt on the right wing. 15 on the shot clock over to Jansen. In the circle, sends up the jumper, no good. And Trotter's going to track down the rebound for Logan. Minute 15 to go in the half. Logan tied up with SWIC 32-32. Across the timeline, it is Brown. Over to the right wing, over to Kendra Johnson, corner three, it's good! Her second three of the day, she's got 6 points.
Third assist for Brown.
35-32 lead for Logan with under a minute to go now, 50 seconds on the clock. Grace Riley checks in for SWIC. Bounce down to Jansen on the right wing. Driving left against Wolford Bird, poked on out, and she cracks it back down. Over to Thomas in the corner, driving baseline, and there's a whistle, and they're going to say it's Logan ball.
Stepped on the line. We've seen that a bunch of times this year on all teams.
40.7 on the clock. Logan leads at 35-32 as we near halftime. Hartman will inbound to Brown, and she'll bring it on up herself. Across the timeline she goes. 10 seconds separate game and shot clock. Brown over to Hartman in the corner. Back over to Woodford Bird, top of the key, driving in, and here's a fader, no good, and it is rebounded by Jansen. 20 seconds to go till halftime. 35-32 lead for Logan. Schelt with it at the volleyball line. SWIC has the last possession if they want it. Flip on over to Riley, top of the key. On over to Weems, top of the key. On over to Jansen, top of the key. Stepping in. Out to Riley for the three. Lets it fly. It's good. Her first points of the game, and that's going to be the half. Logan tied up with SWIC 35-35 as they enter the locker room and go to halftime here on sophomore day. Matt Varney, Tim Ritchie on the call. We'll step away for 2 minutes, be back with the halftime show on 1035ESPN.com.
My name is Lee Eklund. I'm the Center Director for Malone's Early Learning Center. You got to have that love and passion, and being able to come here and see how rewarding it is to have a child learn how to tie their shoes or have a child learn how to stack blocks. It's so rewarding.
When I was at John A. Logan, it really gave me the mentality of we're coming in to teach the children, not to watch the children. And so it taught me the importance of engaging with them, becoming one with the classroom, and really having that involvement there.
Hey, welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
John A. is
John A. Logan women's basketball. Matt Varney, Tim Ritchie on the call, and it's been a fun game here in the first half, Tim. 35-35, things tied up against SWIC and Logan. Liv Hartman leads things. She's got 12 points at the half. Bonnie Lou Ludlow has 8 to lead SWIC. I mean, the big thing for SWIC is they're finding an abundance of different scorers, and I mean, you should when you've got, I think, 12 players on their roster, whereas Logan is depending on Hartman and then whoever else can kind of step up and help her out. Kendra Johnson's made a pair of big threes, and so, you know, that's the big thing for me right there is Liv Hartman has been on, and that's what's kept them into this one.
Oh, yeah, and it's Logan played a nice, great first half, had 9 steals.
Yeah.
And only 7 turnovers, good for Logan, and 8 assists, 12 rebounds. So, good job. And they have, like you said, various people doing the job.
Yeah.
So it's not just one person. And same thing with the steals. Trotter's got 3 steals, lead the team, Trotter and Hartman.
Yeah, and the defense has been great for Logan here. With just 8 players, you're expending a lot of energy playing that sort of defense, but it's clearly working right now. Hopefully the break here will help them get the stamina back and be ready to play again for the final 20 minutes of this game. But, yeah, the defense has been fantastic, and playing so much pressure defense is definitely playing a big role here, affecting both SWIC and giving Logan opportunities.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice first half. Maybe, the Lady Vols want to, on sophomore, I'm going to say senior night, on sophomore night want to do well, and they won 2 games, and they kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly. They got a taste of winning. They want to keep it going. Now time to turn our attention to an interview Mike Murphy did with Mike Bush, the women's golf coach of John A. Logan College. He did it on Tuesday night on Talking Vols, and now time to hear that interview.
Talk golf now, women's golf. John A. Logan College women's golf. We got Mike Bush, the golf coach, with us. And Mike, thanks for being on the show with us tonight, and glad to have you on. We always like to have new coaches on, new guests. I know you were there last year. This is your second year, right?
That is correct, Mike.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about I know the women's golf program successful because you went to the Nationals last year, correct?
That is correct. The Logan women's golf team last year, we won the new realigned district. We won our region. And by virtue of winning the district, we did advance to the NJC, which is the National Junior College Athletic Association championship tournament near Orlando, Florida.
Wow, that's some pretty nice company to keep if not only going to the Nationals, but if the Nationals are in Orlando, Florida. There's a lot of golf courses down there.
That is correct, and that's where we played last year. This year's national championship is going to be held in Garden City, Kansas.
Wow. Okay. All right. Talk about your team a little bit. Has the season started, or when does it start? And tell us a little bit about your team makeup.
Okay. Well, the season we started practice just a couple of weeks ago, as soon as the weather broke, and our first match is on March the 6th against Brescia University. And that will be at Kokopelli, and everybody's invited to come out, no admission, and watch us do our scoring after the tournament. I can tell you right now that the team consists of Autumn Dowdy from the Paducah area, and she is a returning sophomore, along with Elizabeth Eastham, who is a returning sophomore. She played for Waltonville High School, and Zoe Williams, a returning sophomore, who played for the Heron Tigers. I also have Bailey Kelly, who played for the Marion Wildcats. She's a freshman. Madison McCluskey, who's a freshman from Harrisburg. And Marley Smith, who played for Anna Jonesboro, another freshman.
Okay. So
I try to keep our team mostly consisting of all local talent.
Yeah, well, that sounds great. And tell us, before we get back to the team, you said the first home match is March the 6th at Kokopelli. What kind of improvements? Because I know they have made a lot of improvements out at Kokopelli, haven't they?
Oh, they've made a lot of improvements. I know some of the listening audience has probably played at Kokopelli and suffered the frustrations there of all the sand and the rough that was just unbearable there for a lot of players, especially intermediate to beginning type players. And they've cleaned all of that up a little bit. They've taken a lot of the sand out. They've put in a few water items there that you can play around. But the main thing is, and then they've also gone to white sand in the bunkers. So that's cleaned up a lot of the bunker problems that they had on the existing bunkers that were usually full of water or halfway full of water. They've cleaned all of that up. The course is just a pristine course. It's a little early in the season. We're playing on ryegrass that the Bermuda was overseeded with in the fall. But once it warms up, that Bermuda will come on strong, and we'll have a really nice golf course to call our home course.
With some of those sophomores on the team, Mike Bush, the John A. Logan women's golf team looks to be pretty seasoned coming into this year after going to the Nationals last year.
That is correct. I would hope that we would be odds-on favorites to win the four-state district, the Midwest district, again this year and advance to Nationals for our second year in a row.
Who would be the competition? Who would be the toughest out there that you'll be going up against?
It would be Wren Lake College.
Okay, and we were just talking about Wren Lake a minute ago with women's basketball coach Amanda Shelby, because Wren Lake's coming in tomorrow night for a 5-7 doubleheader, women's men's basketball doubleheader. And we're just talking about, and I'll bring that up with you too, the kind of the natural rivalry that exists because if for no other reason, the two colleges are so geographically aligned.
That is correct. We have a very fierce competition between the two schools.
Yeah, and so when you look at this year's makeup, and if somebody's wanting to come out there on March the 6th, where would be the best place? I mean, do you follow along, or is there one spot that? Because I know, there's a lot of people that in golf, they'll stay at one special hole, or they'll try to follow their player all the way through. What's the best way to do that if we're coming out on March the 6th to Kokopelli and we want to watch the Logan golf team?
Well, really and honestly, the best way to do that would be really just to station yourself on actually hole number 18 and just watch them come in. And that would be around dusk. Just watch every group play the last hole, which is a par 5, great viewing area up there, and you're close to the Turn restaurant, close to the clubhouse, close to your vehicle.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds great. So, again, the women's team from John A. Logan, women's golf team, went to the Nationals last year. Mike Bush, their coach, is with us here. And of the team members that you mentioned, and thank you for identifying where each one of them are from, because you do have a lot of very familiar names to people that have watched or followed these ladies in their high school careers.
That is correct.
What would be the one thing, as you're practicing now, that you're most pleased with, one thing that you feel like, okay, we're going to be okay in this department? Is it driving? Is it putting? Is it, just the motivation? What's the thing that right now that you're not too worried about, Mike Bush, as you get ready to start this season?
As we get ready to start the season, I would say it is our putting. Our putting has been exceptional from the first day of practice this spring. If I had to talk about the one thing I do have some concerns with right off the get-go with the season starting is the ball contact has not been as crisp as what I would like to see. So even like today, we spent time on the driving range. A lot of that is brought on by the wet conditions, and a lot of that will clear up as the ground hardens up a little bit.
Right.
But we need to be a little better on our game with our ball striking.
Okay. All right. Well, Mike Bush is the John A. Logan women's golf coach. They went to the Nationals last year. Their first home match is March the 6th at Kokopelli. That's in Marion. That's their home golf course. Mike, thank you very much for spending some time with us. And if we can, sometime in March there, we'll squeeze you in again, and we'll see how the team's doing.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That is...
They got one of our old guys, John A. Huh? They got one of our old guys, John A. Hey, boy. Hey, guy. Troy. Is that SWIC? Yeah.
Welcome back to John A. Logan Women's Basketball. It is halftime here at Don Brewer Gymnasium. It is also sophomore day. Matt Varney, Tim Ritchie on the call. It is 35-35. Logan tied up with the SWIC Blue Storm. Logan 4-9 in the GRAC, 8-16 on the season. SWIC 21-7, 9-4 in conference. And so for two teams, Tim, that are on opposite sides of the standings in conference, you'd expect it to be maybe a little more lopsided. But, I mean, Coach Shelby has said this all year that it's Wabash Valley, and then the other 8 teams in the conference, you just put them in a blender, basically. So even though SWIC is 9-4 and Logan is 4-9, I'm not too surprised by the fact that this is a 35-35 game, but still, you like to see it.
I knew it had a chance to being close, and I tell you what, Logan's, they've impressed me and you too, I'm sure. 2-2-1 full court press.
Yeah.
They've got 9 steals that Lady Balls had. So on that, and they got some layups off of it. So I think it's juvenile. Is that a word? Juvenile? Whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You talk about the steals, and in pregame we did mention that was one of SWIC's strengths. They
Rejuvenated.
Okay,
I got it.
14.2 a game for SWIC, while their opponents average 8.5. So right now Logan is outperforming what SWIC is used to seeing in terms of the steal department and what they give up. And I don't think they've gotten anywhere near even 7 steals for SWIC. I could be wrong about that, but so I think that's the part of the game that's been taken away.
7 turnovers and like one, Brown made a turnover on just dribbling the ball down the floor. So
you're right, yeah,
unforced.
So it's one of those things, Tim, that I would say that it's not what SWIC is used to seeing in a game, not what their game is, and Logan has really taken away one of their strengths.
You know what, the thing, too, we've got to get a good crowd in here. So hopefully that'll help the Lady Vols. Some of the fans, haven't seen them. They clap for, and always that's why you have home court.
Yeah, well, and they've all got the sophomores have all their parents here, their family, and so, they're performing really well, especially Liv Hartman, who, once again, 12 points. She's leading everybody. For the other Lady Vols, it is Kendra Johnson with 6. Cheyenne Trotter has 4. Tylee Woodford-Bird has 4. Riley Johnson has 4. Madison Calvin has 4.
Wow.
And Shamira Brown has 1. India Robinson, the only one
that's
that
tough,
hasn't
just
scored.
like the men's Logan team. I mean, you don't know who's going to score what night, so it's impressive.
You like to see it, yeah. Bonnie Lou Ludlow, who has the ball in her hands as the second half begins, leads SWIC with 8 points, and they've got a handful of other players. Down low, Ludlow sends it up and in, and she gets fouled by Hartman, and so she'll go to the stripe for the end. 8 seconds into this one. Third foul.
I don't know,
Hartman.
Bonnie Lublik, she fouled. I mean, she posted up 5-7 in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You should let that happen.
Yeah, you don't expect to see that happen for that guard. But Hartman picks up her third foul, so she'll be taking a seat for a while. And, I mean, it's good on SWIC to figure out how to get her on the bench early because she is red hot.
Yeah,
and one is good.
She might not be able to sit too long.
Yeah, you might be right. Shamira Brown on over to Calvin on the top of the key. Down low to Woodford-Bird. And she's going to just turn around, jump it up and in. 6 points for Woodford-Bird. 9:35 to go in the third quarter. Logan trails 38-37. Lou Ludlow on the left wing. Looks to her right with Robinson defending. Goes to the left, goes to the right. Spins around, and now going to pass over to Jillian Hamilton. Top of the key, sends up a deep 2. Bounces around, no good. Trotter gets the rebound, and now it's on over to Brown, who will bring it up herself. Brown, top of the key, over to Woodford-Bird behind her, but she picked it on up. And now she's looking to get it on over to one of her teammates. On the right wing, going to give it over to Calvin, and she found an alleyway, steps in, sends it up. There's a block on Cassandra Sams, and that'll be her first. And this should send Calvin to the line.
Madison, I feel this half, she's going to have a good half for Logan to win, and that it can't happen. And she's got to do it every game.
Calvin will not go to the line, but did force a foul. Lob into Tylee Woodford-Bird, back over to Shamira Brown on the right wing. Driving the baseline, gets it on over to Calvin in the corner. And she's going to drive into Trotter, out to Robinson. Top of the key 3, off the iron, no good. Poked out, and Trotter tracks it down, goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's Logan's ball.
Great hustle by Trotter.
Big time right there, my goodness. She ran into Riley Jansen, but was able to make sure that she didn't touch it last, I guess. Shamira Brown on the baseline looking to inbound, lobs into Calvin, and she'll back it on up with 18 on the shot clock. Trying to set something up at the volleyball line. Top of the key she goes with Hamilton defending over to Woodford-Bird, working against Jansen, 10 on the shot clock now. And she's looking, gets over to Brown, 7 on the shot clock. Left wing 3 from her with a hand in her face, no good. Calvin gets it though, sends it up, blocked by Hamilton, and taken away. Ludlow across the timeline. Gets it on over to Hallie Schelt, down low to Sams, working against Trotter, sends it up with the left hand, no good, and Woodford-Bird gets the rebound.
He just grabbed it.
38-37 the lead for SWIC here at Don Brewer Gymnasium, 8:05 to go in the third quarter. Matt Varney, Tim Ritchie on the call. Rick Hayes back in the studio. John LeBlanc helping to bring the video on Facebook. Trotter on the right wing, driving in against Sams, sends it up with the hook, it's no good, but she got fouled and will go to the stripe. Cassandra Sams picks up her second foul of the game. Second team foul for SWIC as well as Trotter goes to the stripe. Jansen will take a seat as Simone Thomas comes in for the Blue Storm. Trotter not the best at the stripe, but if she could just make one even, that'll tie the game back up. First one up, and it's a little short.
Barely hit the rim. First 2 were air balls, which is the mental thing.
Yeah.
Because she can shoot.
Here comes the second one, and goes up. Oh, it goes off the front iron, no good. Logan still trails 38-37 on their home court. Bonnie Lou Ludlow got the rebound, brings it on up. On over to Hamilton on the right wing with Brown defending. That's a mismatch. On over to Thomas underneath the cup, working against Trotter. Sends it up, and that's going to be a foul on Trotter. and send Thomas to the line. Unless they say it's on the floor, but nope. Oh, yeah, they're saying it's on the floor.
It's her first,
her first.
She fouled her, then she shot the ball.
Here's Ludlow over to Schelt, back over to Ludlow, right wing three, and it's good. She had a hand in her face, too.
Yeah, that was good defense.
14 points for Ludlow. That's what she averages a game. And she's got 7:25 to go in the third to add to it. Down to Tylee Woodford-Bird. She's going to drive into the paint. Turnaround jumper, and it's good.
She's on fire.
It's 41-39. Logan Trails on their home court against SWIC.
Boy, need to be close here at the end of the game. Hopefully ahead.
Schelt gets a went down to Sam's, almost taken away by Trotter, but
Trotter
Sam's
hit
gets the
it
point.
right to her.
Sam's
Not
has
on
8.
purpose, yeah.
Here is Brown at the top of the key, over to Madison Calvin. She's going to step to her left, over to the wing, and trying to drive inside now. Out to Trotter, top of the key, to Robinson, driving baseline, down to Calvin, back out to Brown, right wing three, and she nails it!
Three-point basket, Shamira Brown.
Shamira's got 4 on the day thanks to that three. It's 43-42. They're trailing.
She's set like that, she can shoot it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a 1-point game. SWIC's leading here, 43-42. Ludlow driving in on the backdoor cut. It's good.
Well, you got to have some help weak side there. I mean, she's too quick for sometimes to, guard her one-on-one.
You're right, yeah. Ludlow's having a heck of a quarter. She's got 8 already, 6:15 to go in the third. Here is Woodford-Bird, gets a pick from Calvin and can't step with it, but frees her up, drives in. Jumper off the baseline is no good, poked out, but Hamilton gets it on over to Ludlow. Bonnie Lou Ludlow over to Sams. Oh, can't corral it in, goes out of bounds. It'll be Logan ball. 5:58 to go in the third. Riley Johnson's coming in for Logan, and Woodford-Bird will take a seat. Hamilton takes a seat as well.
Handful, isn't it? Bonnie Lou Ludlow.
Ludlow, yep.
Say that fast.
I'd rather not. I'd rather just say it how I've been saying it.
I didn't say well very well. We'll go.
Shamira Brown to the volleyball line for Logan. Brings it to the right, working against Ludlow. Gives it on over to Trotter, who almost went out of bounds.
Just dribbled the other way, yeah.
Skip on over to Riley Johnson on the left corner. She's going to drive inside and now pack out to Trotter. Trotter working against Sams. 7 on the shot clock. Brown with the left wing three, and off the front iron, no good. Out of bounds it goes, and it's going to be SWIC ball. Calvin tried to save it, but wasn't there in time.
Good hustle. You like to see that hustle.
Yep.
Win, lose, or draw.
45-42, SWIC leading, and Logan's returned to their press. Ludlow bringing it on up, on over to Hallie Schelt. Schelt back over to Ludlow across the timeline. Bonnie's going to bring it to the top of the key. On over to Abigail Williams on the right wing, over to Thomas. Now it's down low to Sam's, turnaround, up and in. 10 points for Cassandra Sams. It's 47-42.
That was too easy that time. Yeah, you can't let him score in there.
Here's Brown. Brings it across the timeline to the right wing to Calvin, and let's see. It looks like they're saying that Abigail Williams just fouled Calvin, her third foul, and a timeout called. 4:55 to go in the third. Logan trails 47-42. We're back in a minute on 1035ESPN.com.
It's the only auto collision program in Southern Illinois. There's nobody else that offers it. We draw students from all over because there's just nobody else that offers the programs. The student-teacher relationship is one of the most important parts of this job.
You can't really go wrong here. Anything you want to learn, you can learn it here.
Whenever I started the program, I didn't feel too 110% about it. Like I wasn't sure how I was going to do, but that's what makes me confident. It's the teacher and the students that I'm surrounded by.
Hi guys, TJ Cowan from Cold Blooded. Coming to you, wanted to introduce the Cold Blooded Single Barrel Smokehouse. Here at Johnny Logan College, you guys are used to our coffee. Now come check out our food. Not your average college, not your average food.
47-42, Logan trailing on their home court, 4:55 to go in the third quarter. Matt Barney, Tim Ritchie here on sophomore day for the Lady Vols as they take on the SWIC Blue Storm. After today's Lady Vols game, Mike Murphy will slide into the play-by-play
chair.
Mike
Murphy's in the house.
Just walked in, and he'll be doing play-by-play with Mr. Tim Ritchie for number 2 Logan, taking on a very good SWIC men's basketball team. But we got 4:55 to go in the third still.
Yeah, SWIC beat Vincennes, and they lost to them by a couple of points the other day.
Yeah,
so they
just
will
by
be
3.
ready to play. Yeah, so
it was
Logan stomped them up there, but this could be a different ball game.
Yeah, it was 65-62 against Vincennes the other day. Before that, they were on a 6-game win streak, I believe, and since they last played Logan, they've won 8 of their last 10. Because that's how long it's been since Logan played SWIC. So they've won 8 of the last 10.
Seemed like a long time ago.
Yeah. So they've won the last 8 of their last 10 since Logan last played.
Dave and I went up there.
I think you're right. Yeah.
It's hard to remember what combinations.
Yeah, we slide everybody
in and out. Yeah, got all the different high school games and everything else.
Yeah, everybody's on the court ready to go, but Jonathan Denny, the head coach of SWIC, is talking with a pair of officials and trying to get clarification. I think he was arguing something, and
he might be satisfied. I don't know if he's satisfied. He's quit arguing.
Yeah. 4:55 to go in the third. Logan trails 47-42 against SWIC. India Robinson will be inbounding, and now they're once again returning to Denny. And I think clarifying things with him.
Yeah, we need some microphones on officials and coaches.
Be nice to know what they're talking about. Yeah, but with our
you see that in the college and NBA on the bench, but I'm sure that's their nice side when they go to the dugouts, or not dugouts, benches.
Yeah.
Man, I got the wrong sport.
Yeah. Denny's definitely making a case for something, and he's saying you're not understanding what I'm saying, and so they're just. I think
what's taking so long? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, and he's talking about something over on his side of the court, and everybody's over on the right side.
This might delay my eating wings tonight. I thought about getting wings on the way home.
It looks like finally things have been settled, and now they're explaining things to Coach Amanda Shelby.
She needs to be explained to tell her what's going on down the other end.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it straight.
Things now are ready to go. 4:55 to go in the third. 22 on the shot clock. Logan trails 46-42. That must be what it was. Here's a jumper from Riley Johnson. It's good after getting a lob from Madison Calvin.
Her third assist this quarter.
Here comes Cassandra Sams on over to Simone Thomas. She's getting trapped back over to Sams. Now it's in the hands of Williams on over to Schelt in the corner. And she'll bring it to the right. Thought about flipping over to Ludlow, kept it. Now it's in the hands of Ludlow on the left wing. Driving in and stops at the free throw line. Bounce down low to Sams, poked out. And now it's rebounded by Thomas. Going down the line. There's a foul, and is it going to be on Johnson?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Riley Johnson.
Yes, it will be.
Well, I was worried about SWIC gal. Looks like she did the splits there. Could have been hurt bad.
Riley Johnson picks up her second foul. It's the third team foul in the quarter for Logan. Here's Sams driving the baseline, stops, turn around, jumper, it's good. It's been her and Ludlow. Ludlow's got 8 in the third. Sams has 6. They both doubled their total. 48-44, over to Trotter in the corner, driving in, over to Riley Johnson, top of the key. Now it's Calvin on the left wing, and she's going to drive in and get it on over to Riley Johnson, but first a whistle. And
I think they fouled Calvin.
Bonnie Lou Ludlow picks up her second foul after reaching in. 4:02 to go in the third. Logan trails by 4, 48-44 into Trotter at the top of the key. Now it's Riley Johnson on the high elbow, over to Calvin, steps out for a right wing three, no good, and Sams gets the rebound. She lost her piece of eyewear, and so they whistle to give her a chance to readjust.
She just threw it out of bounds.
Yeah. 3:50 to go.
No, it was her. She got her glasses on, but it was
the
tie on.
Yeah, the tie
we call
on.
it tie on. Or,
yeah.
I don't know what you call it.
Here now is Sams near us, and she's going to bring it across the timeline. Gets it over to Schelt at half court. Now it's Ludlow. Lost it. Shamira Brown took it away. Here comes Shamira across the timeline. She'll set up. Get it into Trotter. Turns around. Back out to Robinson on the right wing. Gets a pick from Trotter. Goes away from it. Driving baseline. Out to Calvin. Now it's in the hands of Brown. Left wing three. No good. And it's rebounded by Williams. Abigail Williams on over to Schelt.
That was way off.
Schelt to bring it on up across the timeline. 48-44. Logan is trailing here at home. Ludlow, top of the key, flips on over to Schelt. Schelt on over to Williams. She's curling in. Out to Ludlow in the corner, driving in now at the free throw line. Sams sends up a deep 2, and it's short, and Trotter gets the board. Jonathan Denny not happy with that shot from Sams.
No, he's getting a little upset.
Here's Calvin on the near side. She'll reset at the volleyball line, 20 on the shot clock. Calvin to the right, being defended by Williams. Over to Johnson, top of the key. Riley's going to go to the left against Simone Thomas. Flips it up, and no good. And let's see, they're going to say, I guess, Calvin pushed.
On the back, yeah.
Yeah, and so that'll be her third foul. Kendra Johnson comes on in, and she's relieving. Let's see, maybe Calvin? Yeah, Calvin.
She looks like she's worn out a little bit. Running this press, sometimes you need some breaks.
Yeah. Hallie Schelt comes out. So does Simone Thomas as Jillian Hamilton and Mia Weems come in for SWIC. Hamilton will bring it on up, gets it over to Sams. Now it's back over to Weems on the run out, and Riley Johnson's trying to take it away. Weems inside. India Robinson takes it away on an errant pass. Here now comes Robinson. She's got 3 Lady Blue Storm players on her, and so she stops and now goes in and got fouled. She'll go to the stripe
Great
here.
Job. Little goal there. She stopped, slowed down, delayed, and went.
Riley Jansen picks up her first foul of the game, sends Robinson to the stripe. On the season, India is shooting 63%. If she was on SWIC, she'd be one of their best free throw shooters.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
Yeah. Here comes the first one for India. Sends it up, and off the back iron, no good.
Well, those free throws are important.
Yeah.
You need the team shoot over 70%.
Yeah.
Some individuals over 80.
India is the only Lady Vol that has yet to score here today. Everybody else has at least 4.
From Miles College, Chicago.
Second one up, and good for India. She's now entered the scorebook. So every Lady Vol has at least a point. It's 48-45. Logan trails at Donborough Gymnasium. Bonnie Lou Ludlow on over to Mia Weems. Oh, blocked by India Robinson. And it's going to stay with SWIC, but what an energy play by Robinson.
That was. Their coaches think it's a foul, and I did too. But hey, good hustle by Robinson.
2:06 to go in the third. Logan trails 48-45. Lobbing to Cassandra Sams at the top of the key. Poked out, but it's tracked down by Jansen inside to Hamilton. Turnaround jumper, and it's good. And they say Riley Johnson fouled her. It was a late whistle, though.
Yeah, it was.
Hamilton has 6, and she's going to look for number 7. Amanda Shelby says, what did she do? And I have to agree with that sentiment. What did she do?
I thought it was good defense.
And Johnson's going to pick up her third, I believe. They've yet to put it up on the scoreboard. Yeah, Johnson picks up her third. Hamilton sends the and one up, and it's good. She's got 7. 2 minutes to go in the third. Logan trails 51-45, and a timeout called. We'll be back in a minute on 1035ESPN.com.
Welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
Our students are employed immediately. Sometimes they are employed before they get their associate's degree.
I have a position working in early childhood. Dr. Marilyn Tolliver, my professor, was able to really prepare me to be able to teach in a classroom as a lead teacher.
To see them interact and engage in what I'm teaching them is life-changing.
Welcome back to John A. Logan Women's Basketball. Matt Varney, Tim Ritchie on the call. It's 51-45 with 2 minutes to go in the third. And the big thing for me is you look at the third quarter, Bonnie Lou Ludlow, Cassandra Sams, and Jillian Hamilton, the only ones to score for SWIC. Whereas Logan, their big scorer today, Olivia Hartman's been on the bench since about the 9:50 mark because she picked up her third foul and haven't seen her since. And so the big scorers for SWIC out there, whereas Logan hasn't been able to have him. They're kind of
Hartman's
in disarray.
Apparently she's not going to play now, but she's going to have to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're going to have
She didn't have to, but she needs to.
Oh, yeah, you're going to need it, without a doubt.
Yeah.
India Robinson will inbound for Logan into Shamira Brown. And SWIC is playing pressure. Lob into Trotter on the near side. Drives, gets it over to Warford Bird. Almost stolen away. Out to Kendra Johnson in the corner. Driving. And now out to India Robinson, top of the key. Lost it on the floor. And this is going to be a jump ball. Minute 43 to go in the third. Jump ball, and Logan will keep possession. Brown will inbound. A minute 43 to go in the third. Lobs into Johnson in the corner. Back over to Shamira. And she's getting double teamed. Out to Johnson on the wing. Now it's Wolford Bird. Top of the key. Three sends it up. It's short. Goes out of bounds. And a minute 34 to go in the third. Logan gives it up. 51-45.
I think Bird did a little backflip there.
Yeah.
Shot.
Mia Weems will bring it up. Gets it over to Jansen. Almost taken away. But now she's going to drive up. Gets it over to Sams. Over to Ludlow. Jumper. And that one's good from the low elbow.
She's hot.
Red hot. She's got 10 in this quarter. She's got 18 on the day.
Might need to get Hartman back in here, even now.
Minute 15 to go in the third. Brown driving in over to Wolford Bird. Waits, send it up. It's good. She'll go to the line.
Good assist by Brown, her fourth assist.
Wolford Bird has 10. She's had a 6-point quarter, and she can make it 7 here with the and one. Minute 12 to go in the third. Here comes Fernandez for Sams. On the season, this is the best free throw shooter for Logan, 81.8%. Tiley is hot from the stripe. Sends it up, it's good. 11 points for Wolford Bird. It makes it 53-49. Ludlow over to Fernandez, back over to Ludlow on the far side, working against the trap, and can she break through it? And they're going to call a 10-second call here on Ludlow. Wow, that's huge.
Nice by Logan. I knew it was close.
Yeah. Minute 1 to go in the third. Logan plays great defense to force the turnover.
Jonathan Denny thought it had been touched, but I don't believe so.
53-49, Logan trailing at home. Minute 1 to go into Shamira Brown. Across the timeline she goes. And now here it is. Cheyenne Trotter over to Kendra Johnson in the corner. Gets it on over to Robinson, driving in, out to Johnson in the corner. Thought about the three, decided against it. Now it's Robinson, top of the key, driving inside, splits defenders, sends it up. But there was a whistle beforehand, and they're going to call a reach on her, so she'll actually go to the line to shoot two. That is going to be on Hamilton, her third, excuse me. And that's got them in the bonus, and so Logan goes to the line. Here's Robinson looking for more points. Sends it up, and off the iron, no good. She'll try to go 1 for 2 once again.
I think it's 53-48. There's some bulbs out.
Right. I'm looking over.
I know, I'm looking at each one, then I look at the middle. I think the middle's right.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's 53-48.
They need to fix them for next year.
Second one up, and it's good. 2 points for Robinson here today into Ludlow. It is a 14-second differential. Oh, India Robinson steals it away. Now 7 seconds separate game and shot clock. Robinson on the right wing being defended by Weems. Shelton's checked back in for SWIC. Pick from Trotter, and Wolford Bird gets it over to Kendra Johnson, top of the key. 15 on the shot clock now. 20 on the game clock in the third quarter. Kendra goes down low, sends it up, no good. Gets her own rebound, sends it back up, no good. And Trotter has the rebound. 5 seconds to go in the shot clock. And let's see what the whistle is here. I think it just went out of bounds.
Yeah, I think they threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, but Logan's pleading the other way. 11 seconds left on the clock.
Here comes on the shot clock.
Schelt comes back in. Weems is going to take a seat. So Logan does have possession.
Yeah, surely they know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Logan does. I've seen it not work that way.
3 seconds on the shot clock, and it will be Robinson inbounding on the far sideline. Schelt defending. She's got to find the best look over to Johnson in the corner, turns around, and she got blocked, gets her own rebound, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. And so that 10-second violation that Bonnie Lou Ludlow had about a minute ago ends up turning up fruitless, basically.
It was 6 seconds.
Into Schelt. 5 seconds to go, over to Hamilton. She's going to race on up court. 2 seconds to go, sends it up from about 35% up the court. No good, and that's the end of the third. Logan trails 53-49, headed into the fourth frame. We are back in a minute on 1035ESPN.com.
My name is Leah.
53-49 as we enter the fourth quarter here at Logan. Logan is trailing SWIC, and they are hoping to they've kept things close here despite a really big quarter for SWIC, 19 points to 14 in the third. Matt Varney, Tim Ritchie on the call here as sophomore day winds down for the Lady Vols.
Long way to go with it.
Yeah, you still got 10 minutes. Bonnie Lou Ludlow for SWIC gets the ball, gets it on over to Hatley Schelt on the far side. Inside to Ludlow, underneath, it's good. She's up to 20 points.
Most of it this half.
Yeah, you're right. 12 of them. Here is Calvin, top of the key. And she's going to get it on over to Trotter on the right wing. Trotter's looking around, over to Calvin, almost stolen away, but now she's got a free look, down to Trotter, and it's on the floor, and Ludlow takes it away, poked down, and it goes out of bounds. Sams thought she saved it, but that's not the case.
Calvin's got to take that shot. She had a little 10-footer and gave it in to Trotter and had 3 people on her.
Yeah.
Now, you don't know that all the time.
Right, but you're right. She's got to take the runner.
She was wide open, don't give it to her.
You got to take the floater there. You're right. Brown will inbound, 9:26 to go in the game. It's 55-49. Brown's looking around. She's got to find somebody. Lobs it on up to Liv Hartman, who's back into the game finally.
Good to see her in there.
Yeah, you need her to produce in the fourth quarter here. Brown top of the key and driving in. Back out to Warford Bird top of the key, looking around and gets double teamed out to Calvin. Driving in, found an alleyway, flips it up. That one's no good. And it's on the floor. Trotter gets it, sends it back up and in.
Got the steal.
6 points for Cheyenne. It's 55-51, 9 minutes to go. Baseball on over to Simone Thomas. Back on over to Bonnie Lou Ludlow. And now
Trotter's fifth steal.
She's been fantastic on that today. Ludlow flips on over to Schelt on the left wing. Back on over to Thomas. Over to Ludlow on the left wing. Gets it on down low. Sams turns around, sends it up and in. 14 points for Sams. 57-51 now. Logan trails against SWIC. Hartman on the right wing, down to Trotter, back over to Hartman. Free throw line, steps in, sends up a jumper. No good, and it's rebounded by Hamilton. Poked out by Calvin. It's going to stay with the Lady Blue Storm, but good job there by Maddie.
Good hustle, by Maddie.
Hamilton will inbound on the far sideline and gets it into Ludlow. She's got to bring it on up now. Bonnie brings it across the timeline at the volleyball line. Top of the key, driving on in, flips out to Schelt. She's going to drive in, and now over to Hamilton. Sets up for the jumper. It's good. Hamilton with 9, 8:05 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 59-51. Brown at the volleyball line. Top of the key, brings it to the right, driving in, floats it up. No good, it's short, and brought down by Schelt. Ludlow across the timeline, on over to Thomas, into the paint, flips it, lost it. Gonna go out of bounds, it'll be Logan ball.
Went off her leg.
7:47 to go in the fourth. Logan trailing 59-51 on sophomore day.
Went off of Simone Thomas.
Hartman will bring it on up. And she was red hot in the first half with 12 points, led everybody. Gets a double pick, goes to the left on the far side now. Gets it on over to Warford Bird in the corner, being defended by Thomas. She's going to step inside, and they're going to say that there's an offensive foul
on Bird. Fans don't like that call, either the coaches.
That's her second. Yeah, I wasn't really seeing what it was. Stolen out of the air by Maddie Calvin. And now backs on up. Shamira Brown with the free throw line jumper is good. She's got 6 on the day.
Good pass by Calvin.
59-53, Sams with it. And now getting double teamed. On over to Thomas, and let's see.
Brown grabbed her arm.
Yeah, Brown, that's what it is. Her second. That's the second team foul for Logan as well. Abby Williams comes in for SWIC. Ludlow saying, hey, someone's got to come and inbound. Okay, I'll do it myself is what she says.
Not to start the count.
Yeah. Ludlow gets replaced by Thomas, and now they're ready. And now there's just complete miscommunication. Into Sams, over to Ludlow on the left wing. 7:05 to go in the fourth. Ludlow, baseball's over to Hamilton, top of the key. 15 on the shot clock. On over to Ludlow, curling in, stops now. Gets it over to Sams. She'll curl into the paint now and looks back out. 7 on the shot clock. Williams, left wing, driving in, flips it up with the left hand. It's good.
That was a tough shot. Good defense by Logan that time.
5 points for Williams. Here is Hartman, top of the key. It's 61-53. SWIC is leading. Wolford Bird, top of the key, gets a pick from Trotter. Inside to Trotter, sends it up. No good, but there's a foul. Oh, they're saying it's a charge.
No, Trotter didn't get enough room to. You got to give him 2 steps.
Trotter picks up her second, and that's going to be her third team foul. Abigail Williams looking around, gets it into Simone Thomas, over to Sams across the line. Ludlow now driving into the paint, sends it up, it's good. She's got 22.
She's come to play the second half.
Here is Brown, top of the key, driving in, sends it up, and no good. Trotter gets the rebound and gets fouled going back up, so she'll go to shoot a pair.
Her 6th rebound of the evening, or afternoon.
6:12 to go. First team foul for SWIC. It is Simone Thomas with the foul, her first. Riley Jansen comes in as Thomas takes a seat. Trotter is 0 for 4 at the stripe today. She's got 6 points. Robinson and Johnson checking in for Logan. Here's the first one. It is an air ball for Cheyenne. It's 63-53. Logan trails on their home court. Trotter hoping to get her first free throw of the day. Sends it up and airballed again. And so it remains 63-53. Riley Johnson and India Thomas, or Robinson rather, come in for Kylie Wolford Bird and Cheyenne Trotter. Hamilton will inbound. Gets it on into Williams. Back over to Hamilton. Now over to Ludlow on the other side of the court, getting double teamed, triple teamed in fact, and they're going to say a foul on Riley Johnson, and she can't believe it.
Well, the thing is, you had triple team, you don't need to even touch a person. Just stay right there. They picked up a dribble.
And now Wolford Bird's coming back in. She didn't even get a break. But that's her 4th foul, Riley Johnson, and so she's got a reliever. 6:05 to go in the 4th. Logan trails 63-53. Sams gets it into Williams, or Jansen rather, over to Ludlow, down low to Sam, sends it up, blocked by Robinson, and Wolford Bird takes it away.
Her second block.
Lob into Hartman, poked out by Hamilton, and Logan will retain the ball. Had 25 seconds on the shot clock on the baseline.
Looks like
inbound.
the run 3 play, which I don't know what it is, but we'll find out.
Wolford Bird gets it into Robinson. Now on over to Brown on the far side. Back over to Wolford Bird in the corner, being defended by Sams. And she's now bouncing around and gets it over to Robinson on the baseline. Back out to Wolford Bird. Takes the open 3 and makes it. 14 points for Tylee. It's 63-56. The complexion of the game has changed some. Here now is Jansen over to Hamilton across the line. Driving against Calvin on the baseline. And back on over. Oh, stolen away by Hartman. She's got Ludlow to beat. Here she comes. Down low. Flip it up. It's good. Hartman re-enters the scorebook. It's a 14-point day for her so far. 63-58.
Her 4th steal.
Here is Jansen over to Williams. Across on over to Ludlow, left wing. 5 minutes to go in the game. Logan trails 63-58. Ludlow top of the key, flips on over to Hamilton and got tripped up, pushed by Calvin. And that's going to be Calvin's fourth.
There's a collision there.
Yeah, big time.
Calvin, somebody else from SWIC.
Yeah, Kendra Johnson's going to come on into the game. And that's the 5th team foul for Logan as we head to a media timeout. We're back in a minute on 1035ESPN.com.
My name is Lee Eklund. I'm the center director for Malone's Early Learning Center. You got to have that love and passion, and being able to come here and see how rewarding it is to have a child learn how to tie their shoes or have a child learn how to stack blocks. It's so rewarding.
When I was at John A. Logan, it really gave me the mentality of we're coming in to teach the children, not to watch the children. And so it taught me the importance of engaging with them, becoming one with the classroom, and really having that involvement there.
Hey, welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
John A. is
Welcome back to John A. Logan women's basketball. 63-58 the score here. SWIC is leading the Vols as we have 4:58 left on the clock in the fourth quarter. Logan getting on to a little bit of a streak there, a 5-0 run right now, but they got to keep it going. And currently, SWIC is about to go to the stripe, Tim.
Yeah, you're right. And I was just going to say, Matt Crane, condolences to him. He lost his father, Ernie Crane, real great guy. I coached against him at Carterville. So I just want to say, blessings for the family, Crane family. So I'll throw that in. Great guy Matt is, too.
Yeah, absolutely. You're completely right. Jillian Hamilton going to the stripe to shoot 2 for the Lady Blue Storm. Here's the first one, and it's good. She is 4 for 4 at the stripe today, looking to go 5 for 5 on this second shot. Makes it 64-59, or 58, excuse me. Second one up and in, so makes it 65.
They make them against Logan, don't they?
Yeah, sure do. They sure do. Yeah, they came into this one as a team shooting 58.3% at the stripe. Here is Brown in the corner getting double teamed over to Robinson. Almost lost it, picks it back up, drives in now. And there's a whistle. And Ludlow's picking up her third.
Yeah, it's a foul. And the coach is upset, but you reach in, it's going to be called a foul if you foul him or not.
4:42 to go in the game at 65-58. Logan trailing. Robinson finds Hartman in the corner. Down low to Woodford Bird after the lob. Out to Kendra Johnson. Corner 3 with a hand in her face, and she drains it. Her third 3 of the game. She's up to 9. 65-61.
Bird on the assist.
Hamilton gets it across the line over to Abigail Williams. Now it's Riley Jansen. 4:20 to go in the game. Logan trails 65-61 here at home. Jansen driving into the paint, flips it up with the right hand. It's good. 7 points for Jansen. Here now is Johnson. Corner 3. Oh, just a little off. And it's rebounded by Ludlow. Bonnie Lou Ludlow brings it across the timeline. To the left, to the right, top of the key she stands. 3:55 to go in the game. Williams on the far side. Backing down Hartman, gets a pick from Sams. Hartman evades it, over to Ludlow. Steps in, sends up a jumper, and bounces off no good. Robinson gets the rebound. Robinson across the timeline, over to Johnson in the corner, fakes a shot, steps in, sends up the jumper. That one goes down. That's her first 2 of the day. She's got 11. 67-63, 3.5 to go in the fourth. Here is Hamilton, gets it on over to Ludlow, top of the key. 3:15 to go in the game.
Boy, defensive rebound important here.
Hamilton drives in and gets the layup, and a timeout called. 69-63 the lead for SWIC as we enter the final 3:10 of this game. We're back in a minute on 1035ESPN.com.
John A. is the only auto collision program in Southern Illinois. There's nobody else that offers it. We draw students from all over because there's just nobody else that offers the programs. The student-teacher relationship is one of the most important parts of this job.
You can't really go wrong here. Anything you want to learn, you can learn it here.
Whenever I started the program, I didn't feel too 110% about it, like I wasn't sure how I was going to do, but that's what makes me confident. It's the teacher and the students that I'm surrounded by.
Hi guys, TJ Cowan from Cold Blooded. Coming to you, wanted to introduce the Cold Blooded Single Barrel Smokehouse. Here at Johnny Logan College, you guys are used to our coffee. Now come check out our food. Not your average college, not your average food.
Welcome back to John A. Logan Women's Basketball. Matt Varney and Tim Ritchie on the call. It is 69-63, and Logan is trailing on sophomore day. 3:11 to go in the game. No one has specifically stepped up, although Kendra Johnson has 5 points recently. But you need someone in these final 3 minutes, Tim, to step up and just take the lead.
You don't have to have a three. If you have an open three, and Johnson's hit a couple, you have a good shot. Still 3:11 left, so you want to get a good shot, whatever it is. Hit the boards.
You just need someone at this point, I think, to just take control of this game. Yeah. Could be anybody, just anybody step up and say, I'm going to lead this team to victory. Hartman on the far side for Logan. Bounce down low to Tylee Woodford-Bird. Out to Brown, top of the key. On over to Johnson. Now it's in the hands of Robinson in the corner. Brings it around. Getting double teamed by Sams and Jansen. Stops. Lobs it into Woodford-Bird. Back on over to Hartman. Went off her shoe. Goes out of bounds. It'll be SWIC ball with 2:47 to go.
They moved the ball well. Just had a low pass there.
Rhiannon Smith going to inbound for SWIC. Gets it on over to Hallie Schelt. Back over to Smith. And she's looking around now. Baseballs it on over to Williams across the timeline. On over to Simone Thomas. Flips it up, and there's a foul as Thomas will go to the stripe. Fans starting to trickle in here for number 2 Logan men against SWIC, who are unranked this year, but always a good program.
Yeah, they've had a good season.
Woodford-Bird picks up her third as Thomas goes to the stripe. First one up and good.
They're hitting them.
Yeah, they sure
They're not supposed to, though.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be that good, but apparently they are today. Second one up for Thomas is good. She is 3 for 4 at the stripe today. She's got 3 points. 2:35 to go in the game. Logan trails 71-63. Robinson across the timeline. And she's going to flip on over to Woodford-Bird. Almost got poked away by Schelt, but Woodford-Bird's got it now. Flip on over to Hartman on the far side. Hartman, top of the key, on over to Brown on the right wing. Now into the corner where Robinson stands. Brings it around, top of the key. 5 on the shot clock. Over to Hartman on the left wing. Driving in, flips it up, and no good. And Sams takes it away before the shot clock violation. Here is Schelt, on over to Sams, and runs into Johnson, but gets past her. On over to Smith. Stolen away by Robinson in the corner. She was waiting for it patiently like a defensive back. Into the corner, poked out by Cassandra Sams. It'll stay with Logan. Lonnie Lou Ludlow comes back in for Logan. And Smith is going to take a break. Minute 50 to go.
She wasn't in foul trouble, was she? Just gave her a little break.
She's got 3, but at this point I think that's fine.
Yeah, no.
Robinson into Brown. 71-63 the lead for SWIC. Here's Johnson. Down to Woodford-Bird in the paint, turnaround jumper, and no good on the leaner. And they're just going to let it go out of bounds. Nobody grabs the rebound, and it'll be SWIC ball with 1:40 to go.
Their ball.
Calvin's going to come back into the game for Logan at the next stoppage. Here now is Schelt, drives in and taken away. Goes out of bounds, in fact, and so here comes Calvin for Logan. Also Riley Jansen. And here is Robinson. She'll be inbounding to Calvin with 90 seconds to go. Logan trails 71-63. Hartman on the near side getting double teamed and gets it on over to Calvin into the hands of Johnson. Kendra Johnson brings it around over to Hartman, top of the key, getting double teamed, and she's going to go to the left. Lobs it on over to Woodford-Bird, sends up the 3 in the corner. It's no good and rebounded by Williams, and they're going to say it's SWIC ball with 1:10 to go.
Madison Calvin on the foul, I believe.
Well, that would foul her out, and it does. Her 5th foul of the game.
I don't know how many times you see that. Somebody has 4 fouls that come out, they come right back in and foul, not on purpose.
And that will also send Abigail Williams to the stripe.
Still a ways to go.
Yeah, the SWIC Blue Storm have made 12 of their free throws today. And from the looks of things in my scorebook, have missed 2. So they're 12 for 14. That almost never happens for them. First one up and in, so that makes them 13 for 14 for Williams now. She's up to 6. That's her first free throw of the day. Second one up, also good. So they're 14 for 16 at the stripe today.
Wow.
Here now is Hartman. Over to Johnson, back over to Hartman on the far side. 73-63, a minute to go, Logan trailing. Here is Brown, picks it up off the floor, driving, floats it up, and it's good for Shamira. 8 points for her, a timeout call, 54.5 on the clock. Logan trails 73-65 as we are nearing the end of this one. We're back in, let's see what they're going to call here. 60 seconds on 103.5 ESPN.com.
Welcome to Mackey's. How can I help you?
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
Our students are employed immediately. Sometimes they are employed before they get their associate's degree.
I have a position working in early childhood. Dr. Marilyn Tolliver, my professor, was able to really prepare me to be able to teach in a classroom as a lead teacher.
To see them interact and engage in what I'm teaching now is life-changing.
.3. So
Wow.
this is a heck of a day for SWIC. They'll inbound. Jillian Hamilton gets it on over to Abigail Williams. Oh, stolen away out of the air by Cheyenne Trotter. Goes down, and on the floor, it's going to be a foul.
Almost three-point play.
Yeah, almost. That's the fourth foul for Abigail Williams, and looks like they're going to send.
They're going to tell Trotter. They're going to say Trotter, put it in here.
Yeah. Well, she will try, but Logan has struggled at the stripe today, and she has gone 0 for 6. They've only made 4 free throws. And so even if
4 for 10?
Well, it's more than that,
okay.
but yeah, it's not been pretty. Here comes the first one, and bounces around, goes down for Cheyenne.
Good deal. Make this one, you're only 6 down. 50 seconds to go.
She's got 7. 73-63, or 66, excuse me. Here comes the second one for Cheyenne. Up and bounces around, no good. Logan trails 73-66. Grace Riley with it. Bounce on over, stolen away by Cheyenne again. Over to Kendra Johnson. Right wing 3 from her, and she nails it. 40.3 on the clock as Kendra makes a huge one at 73-69. Here is Ludlow on the far side, over to Riley at the volleyball line. 9 seconds separate game and shot clock. 28 seconds on the clock as a whistle's called.
Yeah, they had to foul.
Yep.
Can't let it go down 9 seconds.
Right, yeah.
Being down by 4.
Brown picks up her third.
Well, it's exciting here.
Yeah, at least that's true. 4-point game, 73-69. Coming up after this one, number 2 Logan Men will take on SWIC. We'll take a very short break, and then Mike Murphy will slide on into the play-by-play chair. Ludlow spins it in her hand, sends it up, and it's good.
Boy, they're not even hitting rim.
No?
She shoots 67%, not 68. But maybe they've been shooting free throws better in the last few games.
Maybe. They're 15 for 17 today.
Wow.
Here comes the next one, and that one's also good. So now they're 16 for 18 at the stripe. Ludlow has got 24 points. Here is Brown driving in with 23 seconds to go. Looks back out, gets it over to Kendra. She steps around over to Wolford Bird. Right wing three, sends it up. No good. Rolls off, and it's rebounded by Jansen. And Trotter's going to foul with 13.6 on the clock.
We'll have to. 2-possession game still.
Trotter picks up her third foul.
Give this Coach Mandy Shelby and Coach Matt Crane a lot of credit here and the team that come back and played hard.
Yeah.
Hustled.
You're not wrong about that. Jansen will go to the stripe. Bounces it a few times, looks up, sends it up, and it's good.
They haven't missed this quarter, I don't think, have they?
They have not.
Wow.
Yeah, they're 9 for 9 this quarter.
They'll be shooting about 90% or over.
Here's the second one, and it's good. Yeah, 10 for 10 at the stripe today. You take away 10 points, Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Logan's leading, 77-69. 12 seconds to go. Brown, top of the key, sends up the parking lot shot. No good. It's rebounded by Wolford Bird, or Trotter rather.
Trotter, yeah.
She makes it, and a timeout called. 77-71. We're back in 30 seconds on 1035ESPN.com. Logan trailing with 6 seconds left in the game. They're going to need a lot of luck here in these final 6 seconds.
Yeah, they need a steal and make a three, and another steal and make a three.
Jillian Hamilton will inbound on the baseline. Gets it into Ludlow, and Fowler with 3.8 on the clock. That'll be Trotter's fourth.
Of course, you're throwing it in like SWIC. You don't want to throw in the corner, but that's probably the only open spot.
Right. Rather, Kendra Johnson, her first foul in the game. 3.8 on the clock. Ludlow will go to shoot more. On the day, she is 5 for 5 at the stripe. Got shots 6 and 7 coming up. First one up and in. They are just on fire today. 11 for 11 in this quarter. And 19 for 21. Make it 20 for 22.
Over 90% for sure.
And Logan will just dribble it on out. They take a loss, 79-71 in their final home game of the season. We're back in a minute with Coach Amanda Shelby on the postgame show on 1035ESPN.com.
My name is Lee Eklund. I'm the Center Director for Malone's Early Learning Center. You got to have that love and passion, and being able to come here and see how rewarding it is to have a child learn how to tie their shoes or have a child learn how to stack blocks. It's so rewarding.
When I was at John A. Logan, it really gave me the mentality of we're coming in to teach the children, not to watch the children. And so it taught me the importance of engaging with them, becoming one with the classroom, and really having that involvement there.
Welcome to
John A. Logan women's basketball. Coach Amanda Shelby joins us on the postgame show after a 79-71 loss, dropping Logan to 8-17 on the season, 4-10 in the GRAC. And the big story, Coach, was the free throws. SWIC had an uncharacteristic day on the season. They shoot 58.3 from the line. Today, I have them at 20 for 22, I believe, which 90% right there for them. And then for you, I think I counted up. I think it was 4 for maybe 15 or 16. So just that's the story right there.
Free throws were the story of the game. Yeah, I mean, they shot phenomenally and we shot poorly. and 9-point difference. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And we come up and knock some of those down. We're right there. So I was proud of them. We fought hard the whole entire time. It was just free throws.
Yeah. Well, and if they had a normal day, you end up coming out winning on that side because you would end up taking away 8 of their points. So that's a tie game right there, and you have a shot at least to go to overtime. So, yeah. But yeah, you got to make those free throws, which, I mean, honestly probably has been the story of the season for you guys as well.
Yeah, free throws have definitely been our sore spot. And once again, it comes and bites us in the butt today.
What I thought impressive, the young ladies played real hard. They wanted to play, and the press I thought was real great. They had unofficially 14 steals and only 9 turnovers. So that's a 17 assists. So great effort by the girls.
Yeah, everything. We couldn't ask for more because we played in there. We played hard. We battled on both ends of the floor. Just like you said, free throws. Free throws. We gave them way too many opportunities, and we didn't make our opportunities.
And the other thing that I think affected the game was Liv was red hot in the first half, and then first 10 seconds of the third quarter, you have to take her out because she gets her 3rd foul. And so you just then we're trying to find someone new to turn to the entire second half.
Yeah, so, yeah. Not sure if it was really much of a foul, but, it is what it is, and we just got to be smarter about that stuff. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just happy that we did play hard.
Yeah. I know things are kind of in flux for Tuesday at Three Rivers. Perhaps could happen, could not happen. Where should fans go to look for the next game?
It'll be posted online.
Okay, great. We'll be looking for it then, Coach. Thanks a lot. We'll see you whenever the next game is at.
All right, thank you.
That's Coach.